October 8th, 1871, a night that turned Chicago into a nightmare of flames. In just 48 hours, one of America's fastest-growing cities became a pile of ash. But what actually caused the Great Chicago Fire? And how did it become one of the deadliest disasters in U.S. history? Welcome back to the channel. Today we uncover the unbelievable story of the Great Chicago Fire, what started it, how it destroyed over 17,000 buildings, and how Chicago rose from the ashes to become one of America's greatest cities. In 1871, Chicago was booming, a city of nearly 300,000 people, expanding faster than any other in the country. But behind this success was a dangerous problem. Almost the entire city was built of wood. Houses, sidewalks, even streets. Chicago was a giant tinderbox, and the summer of 1871 had been unusually hot and dry. On the night of October 8th, around 9 p.m., a fire started in a small barn on the property of Patrick and Catherine O'Leary. For years, people blamed the O'Leary's cow for kicking over a lantern, but that story was never proven. What we do know is that once the fire started, it found a city ready to burn. The wind was strong, over 30 miles per hour. Flames leaped from building to building. Firefighters rushed in, but most were exhausted from fighting another fire the night before. Their equipment broke down, their hoses burst, and their horses could barely move through the crowded streets. As the fire grew, it created its own terrifying weather system, a fire whirl that tossed burning debris across the river. People tried to flee toward Lake Michigan, but the fire was moving faster than anyone imagined. Chicago's business district, banks, hotels, theaters, was completely wiped out. The courthouse collapsed. The fire even jumped the Chicago River. Nothing seemed capable of stopping it. After 2 days of destruction, rain finally helped extinguish the flames on October 10th. But by then, over 1/3 of Chicago was gone. The numbers were devastating. 17,500 buildings destroyed, 100,000 people homeless, over $200 million in damages, billions today, more than 300 people dead. But from this tragedy came something incredible. The fire forced Chicago to rebuild, stronger and smarter. New fire codes, brick and steel buildings, better roads, wider streets. And within just 20 years, Chicago became the home of the world's first skyscraper. The Great Chicago Fire wasn't just a disaster. It was the beginning of the modern Chicago we know today.